Heavenly Father, you're a powerful God and an amazing creator. You intricately design us from conception and ordain each of our steps in this life before any of them come to be. So we praise you for shaping Chief Christopher Hirn into the man that he has become and ordering his steps to intersect each person's lives gathered here this morning. We're thankful for how you've equipped him to serve in the finest Navy the world has ever known and the provision of safety you've given him in times of war. We thank you for Catherine and the resiliency and endurance you've given her as a wife and mother. We thank you for her many moments of sacrifice, as well as those Taryn and Nalani have made over the years. We're reminded that neither Chief nor his family has made it to this day alone. So we thank you for every family member, every friend, and every mentor that you brought alongside them to travel this difficult yet rewarding road of military service. As we commemorate these 21 years of service as an AWAT and NC, fill our minds with fond memories of the Hearns family's journey to this point and hope for the journey that lies ahead. In the name above all names we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Hart. Will the guests please be seated? Side boys, post. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to begin our ceremony by welcoming Captain Drennan, Chief Hirn, his wife Catherine, children Taryn and Nalani, mother and father-in-law Joni and Andrew, and other relatives present, distinguished guests, and fellow shipmates and friends. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to be here as we bid farewell to a trusted shipmate. We are gathered this morning to witness the final stages in a very full and productive 21-year naval career and to bid farewell to a good shipmate. His many contributions in their own unique way have made our Navy a stronger and more capable force in our never-ending fight for peace in this sometimes troubled world. Thank you, Chief, for your many dedicated hours and your personal initiative that you have helped make the United States Navy the proud professional organization that it is today. You are the type of leader that ensures that the next generation of sailors is ready to meet the challenges of tomorrow. Just as this is the end of one phase in your life, it is the beginning of another. Our gathering today gives us the opportunity to wish you every success in the future as you look forward to new challenges and rewards. At this time, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce today's presiding officer, Captain Brady Drennan.
Thank you, Senior. Hey, good morning, everybody. This is just a fantastic, place to be. I mean, San Diego, great weather, sitting on the water, fantastic venue. So, and Catherine, I'm sure you did it all. So I'm not going to give Chris any credit here, but no, it's fantastic. Really, really love it. I'd like to say welcome, obviously, to everyone, especially Catherine and your children, Taryn and Nalani, and Joni and Andrew. Thanks for being here today. And Kenny, thanks for bringing family, as well here. I know you're overjoyed to be here. Friends and shipmates, it's fantastic to have you here. All the support that we've given Chris through the years, it's really great to see everybody here. I want to add one thing also. I know that your dad would have been crawled through heaven and earth to get here today if he could. So I know he's proud of you. I know that all the pictures and everything he'll treasure, and it's truly a special day for all of us. And so just say it's all right he can't be here for that one today. I was really surprised when the motivator, right? Always the motivator. When he asked me about being his presiding officer today, I went down, wrote it down on my calendar right then. I mean, it was months ago, but really ecstatic to be out here. I know that for all of you that know Chris in a job environment, you know what he does. For the rest of the family, I will tell you that whole motivator call sign that you see thrown out there, that's nothing exaggerated. He is that and more. When I first met Chris, which was probably about 3-4 years ago, when he reported to Naval Base Point Loma, and I was the executive officer over there. I was really worried. I was like, oh man, I'm getting a new Navy career counselor. He's kind of a new guy. And this guy just comes in on fire. First of all, he walks in the door, he's banging on my door, request permission to enter, sir. I'm like, who the heck is this? And, but that was Chris, very formal. Yeah, I'm sure. Very formal guy, and just did a fantastic job as an NC, and we couldn't really ask for anything more. When he started, and I'm not trying to take all the guest speakers' time too. When Chris was working on making chief, I know one of the things he told me is, I'd really like to make it because I know my dad would really be proud of me to pin those anchors on. And being a former chief myself, I could absolutely understand where that was at. So we talked a lot about what he needed to do, to prep for the next board. And I remember I told him, send in a letter. I want you to send a letter in to the board. And he's like, well, I'm not really missing anything out of my record. I said, I don't care. You need to write something about what you've done. You want to tell that Master Chief that's going to be briefing your record why you are so special, why Chris Hirn, if they only pick one NCC, why Chris Hirn needs to be that guy. So we sat down. I know we worked on a letter. Basically, Chris was like, well, I don't know what to write down on here because it's just kind of me. And I told him that's so far from the truth. I mean, you look at what you've done during your career. You've served in every warfare community that exists in the Navy. I don't think there's anything you haven't served in or had some contact with.
I don't like subs.
Well, you still had contact with all us bubbleheads while you were at Point Loma, so I know that you got that SS honorary as it was. So got the letter in. I don't know if it helped or not. Couldn't tell you, but it made me feel very positive for him to get that in, and then when the results came out, I just knew I was going to see Chris Hirn on there, and sure enough, Chris Hirn was there. So he's done a fantastic job, with his time in the Navy, and I know he's a fantastic dad and husband, and so I know everyone should be proud of him for sure. So I'll quit taking up all the time, but thanks for being here. I want to say for the families, if y'all want to get up and take pictures like in the middle of it, please do. Please do that. Don't feel like you can't get up and zap off a couple of pictures while we're in the middle of everything here today. All right, again, thanks for everybody being here today.
It's for the gram.
Thank you, Captain Drennan. Our guest speaker today is Master Chief Jesse Bastardo, retired. Please give a warm welcome to Master Chief Jesse Bastardo.
In chucks, baby.
They can sense evil.
Yeah. Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Wow, what a wonderful day. You get to see that DDG come through? Awesome. I missed that. Wow, what a wonderful day here in Southern California. What a great place to hold a retirement here in San Diego alongside the water side. Is that that?
It's your cell phone.
Is it? Here. Well, I'd like to thank Chris's in-laws, Joni and Andrew, for being here today. I know you guys were able to make it, so that's awesome. Also to include Chris's brother, Kenny, and sister Falsa, thank you guys for showing up. I have siblings too. I know when I retired last year, I didn't have the opportunity for all of them to show up. Everybody's got a busy life, so it's awesome to see two of you guys here. And all the nephews and nieces and friends and family. I know Chris's father and mother, Ken and Linda, were not able to be here due to last minute circumstances. We talked, we were able to understand. That's just life. So I know they're probably looking on Facebook or Instagram, or somebody's got you on video, so I think they're going to be proud to see this whole ceremony. So I'm very excited to see what they have to say. I want to thank Captain Bradley Drennan for being here as a presiding officer, sir. It's always good to catch up with active duty service members, and you being here for Chris. Also, Lieutenant Commander Jason Hart, sir, thank you for those kind words, the introduction. That's awesome to be for you to be here for him too. We're senior chief. She's behind me. I just want to say thank you to her. She's the mastermind behind all this, orchestrating everything, getting everything ready for Chris's retirement. Also, the Point Loma and surface warfare side, Spec War, anybody here in the area on the Chiefs side of the house. The Chiefs mess is everywhere here in Southern California, and you guys have all participated to support and help him through this transition. So I want to say thank you to my brothers and sisters out there. Let's also talk about the most important person here today, and that's Catherine Hirn. Catherine, I personally wanted to, I thought about what I wanted, when Chris called me and said, hey, Jesse, I know you're retired, I know you're pretty busy. I said, no, I'm not, I'm retired. So I said, you know what, I'd be more than glad to be here today and support you with your transition and say the best words I can and make you proud of who you are and what you've done. But I wanted to focus on you today too. The biggest thing that I catch at a lot of these retirements is it's never enough said about the Navy spouse. The Navy spouse to me, I did 30 years in the Navy, and Rochelle she served alongside me for 20 years. And to this day, she's always been my rock. And I just wanted to say to you, thank you for all the hard work you've done. Thank you for everything that you've had to go through and endure during the time when Chris is deployed, during IAs, deployments, you name it. I mean, being the father figure, the mother figure, handling everything at home, it's a tasker. Trust me, I'd come home and Rochelle would be like, stop, you're not in charge. I'm still in charge. Roger that, man. And I know that it's hard sometimes for husbands to come back or spouses to try to implement back into that lifestyle and start taking charge of the kids and the household. But you've done an awesome job. You've been at his side this whole time, and for you to raise these two beautiful kids and to support his career, it's not enough said about that. So again, I would please ask for everybody to stand up and give her a big warm welcome. Again, thank you. And to the kids, Dad's gonna be home. Dad's gonna be home. He's gonna get to do things that he hasn't had a chance to do, and I want you to enjoy that time. It's gonna be fun. I know you guys are moving to Texas.
Yeah.
And I know you're gonna enjoy it. I'm from Texas, born and raised, so awesome. You guys are going to a great state. So enjoy your time there with your dad. Cherish every minute of it. Let him be the one in the crowd when you're getting an award at school. Don't be embarrassed. That's just the motivator. He's going to be yelling and screaming, but that's great. That's good stuff. So just remember all that good stuff. So thank you guys. Thank you for you guys being, there for him too, and being there for Mom when he wasn't there. So thank you for that. Captain said a lot of good things, a lot of history, a lot of stuff what he's done. I didn't want to take away from that. A lot of times guys like us get up here and we want to talk about Chris's history. Where's he been, what has he done, all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to bore you on that. You got a really nice pamphlet that they built, and it has a ton of stuff on there. So just take it home. Please read it. Don't just put it away. Cherish those things. Active duty, read it, understand it. Maybe that would be some guidance for you guys to try to move yourself in those directions and continue to succeed in your careers, especially the junior sailors back there that I see back there. This guy right here, he's the true motivator, and if anybody can give you some good guidance and mentorship, it's Chris Hirn. So please read that thing. I don't want to bore you. I know Chris was born back in 1983. His dad was in the Navy, and he was a senior chief boatswain's mate. That's all good history. So take that, soak it up, and have fun with it. Let's talk about how this guy and I met. So back in the day when I was a senior chief, I was the command senior chief over at EWTG at NAB. And I was working for Captain Pompeo, and I was looking towards the next direction, trying to figure out what I needed to do to be successful for the rest of my career. And they brought a good friend of mine, Master Chief Matt Danforth was the CMC over at Point Loma, and we ran into each other at some of the local meetings in that job field. And he says, Jesse, I got this great job for you. And I'm like, oh shit, what are you talking about? Because when they present you with stuff like that, it's like, okay, what am I getting into? So he started talking about this senior enlisted foundation program here in Southern California. There was an opportunity to teach young sailors leadership courses. And I was like, I'm doing this job over here, pretty busy. But as soon as he mentioned that the type of sailors we were going to be training was the E5 level, and I said, you know what, I'm in. What do I got to do? And he says, okay, let's go through the process. Let's get you in charge. So we went through the process and stuff. And at the time, the courses were kind of like, they weren't dipping, but they were not enough instructors or facilitators to come and teach the course. And I said, okay, well, what do I need to do? He goes, you need to go out to the waterfront and you need to recruit. You need to get first classes, and they need to come out here, and you need to interview them and see if they could teach this course or these topics. So I said, okay. So I did. I reached out to the mess within the waterfront, emails, and first classes started showing up to the command. And I decided, okay, I'm not going to just say, you guys are good, let's start teaching. I personally wanted to interview every single sailor and make sure that that individual was the right person. Well, here comes Chris Hirn. Same thing. I'm here, Senior Chief, reporting as ordered. I was like, what the hell's wrong with this guy? I'm talking about very, very excited. And I'm like, okay, come on in, sit down. He starts talking to me, and he's going a million miles an hour. And I'm like, is this really happening? Is this guy, like, he's first class, he's active. I'm like, is he just doing this to just bullshit me and get into the program? And I said, okay, thanks for your time. We had about 45 minutes or so. I said, thanks for the interview. I'll be in contact with you. Got on the phone. I called my assistant, some chief that I had working for me at the time. I said, hey, we got this one guy, and this guy, I don't know if he's on drugs or what, but we might have to take this guy to the hospital and check him out, because he's too good to be true. And she's like, well, which one is it? And she goes, oh yeah, well, he was part of the program, and he helped introduce the topics and stuff. And I said, you know what do you think? So we're tossing it around, me and this chief. I said, you know what, the hell with it, I think he's the right guy. I said, let's try it out. Man, he came in. I was over at the command where I had all the courses, classes, and stuff. These guys came in, and this guy right here, man, when I heard the motivator piece, I was like, dude, that dude is actually connecting with sailors. And it was just awesome to see that, because he was just literally, sailors would come in and talking to him on the side and asking him about all kinds of good stuff. And he, I started thinking, I was like, man, this dude is going to be like my top dog, my number one dude teaching the course. And he ended up being the number one dude handling business. And I used to go to the classes and sit in the background, and I'd watch, evaluate, make sure these guys were doing the right thing. And every time I saw this guy, he actually inspired me to be better, inspired me to be more successful, inspired me to continue with this program and continue motivating young sailors at the E5 level in leadership, motivating them to understand the path of direction. Most of you guys are here that are in uniform are senior, right? Senior leadership here. You got a couple of junior guys out there. You guys all know, I did 30 years. I was a Master Chief. We didn't get that guidance. A lot of us didn't get those kind of courses until just recently. In the past 5 to 6 years, they've had that stuff. So to get to see this guy in action, my question was like, why are you not in anchors? That was the biggest thing. Like, why? So I started understanding the reason. And I said, Chris, I said, you know what? I said, he goes, Jesse, I'm never going to, or Senior Chief, I'm never going to make Chief. I said, stop. You're going to make Chief. It's when, it's not if. No, you don't understand. I pissed off a lot of people. And I said, well, you know what? I got a good friend of mine. Let me call him, NCCM, who you and I know. I'm not going to name names, but this Master Chief buddy of mine, NCCM, I talked to, he's like, Jesse, dude, that dude's a wild guy. I said, but he's on target. I go, dude, I need you to talk to this guy. I need you to help guide him in the NC world to put those anchors on. And eventually, you know, that happened and stuff. So I'll tell you, man, you are truly the motivator. You are the most inspiring guy I've ever met in my career. And to get to see you grasp those youngsters, and now some of them are first classes and chiefs, and that's this guy because of this guy. You know, you've done a hell of a job, Chris. I'll tell you, in 30 years of service, man, you're really, truly, and I'm not saying this to say it, but you are the only one that I've ever seen with that type of energy. And that's what today's Navy still needs. Today's Navy still needs that type of energy, that type of motivation, that type of commitment, you know. And Catherine's been at his side, and I could tell you, you probably got some stories for me.
Nope.
But I just wanted to come up here and share that little story of how we met, you know, what it means for you to have called me and asked me to be your guest speaker and speak in your behalf, and just, you know, enjoy the day with you guys and get to know some of you. Some of my old shipmates are out here, you know. Anna, nice to see you. You know, it's awesome to be out here again. I've kind of stayed away from the Navy for the past year, not on purpose. It's just I'm enjoying life now. You know, there is life after the Navy. So I will tell you, shipmate, enjoy Texas. Enjoy the trip going down there next week. Enjoy your family, and don't look back. Start that second chapter you talked about. Me, we had breakfast on Tuesday. He kept thinking I was blowing him off. I was like, no, dude, I'm a busy guy. But you're retired. Yeah, I am, but I go to breakfast with other people. So I put him on the list for Tuesday. But
I made the list.
Yeah, you made the list.
I made the list.
But you know, I'm truly proud of you, brother. I really am. Your success in the Navy. I mean, Captain had some good words to say about how he met you, and it's amazing when you think that this is not the right person, but you get to know him and you come to realize that's been the guy you've always wanted at your side. Being part
Center from February 2021 to July 2022. Chief Hirn served as a deck plate leader and inspirational mentor who led 22 sailors in the daily management and support of 700 Phoenix Division sailors transitioning in their naval career pathways. His impact supported fleet manning and operational readiness and critical Navy ratings. Additionally, he was key in establishing the Naval Special Warfare Leader Assessment Program Call Center processes and procedures, which will improve the collection of information used for NSW leadership selection. Chief Hirn's superior performance of duties culminated 20 years of honorable and dedicated military service. His exceptional professionalism, unrelenting perseverance, and dedication to duty reflected credit upon himself and upheld the highest traditions of the United States Naval Service. Given this 15th day of July, 2022, for the Secretary of the Navy, B.M. Dreschler, Captain, United States Navy, Commander, Naval Special Warfare Center.
All right.
Next, Captain will present Chief Hirn with the Fleet Reserve Certificate. Fleet Reserve of the United States Navy. This is to certify that Chief Navy Counselor Chris Hirn was transferred from active duty to the Fleet Reserve of the United States Navy on this 15th day of July 2022 after 21 years of service. The certificate is awarded as a testimonial of faithful and honorable service.
Yeah, thank you. We're shooting shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
No, we're stand up.
Wait,
Yeah, I'm still standing. Yeah, we still got more.
Captain Drennan will now present Chief Hirn with a letter of appreciation for former President of the United States. Certificate of Appreciation for service in the Armed Forces in the United States Navy, United States of America. I extend my personal gratitude and the sincere appreciation of a grateful nation to you for your patriotic service to our country. Your bravery and dedication in our armed forces helped protect your fellow Americans during a critical moment in our history and contributed to a world of greater security and growing prosperity. Your devotion to duty, honor, and country in keeping with the long traditions of the finest military in the world embodied the American ideal of selfless service. Our nation owes you an incredible debt. Your commitment and the example you set will inspire future generations to serve with pride and to keep our country secure. You represent the best of our nation. And I join our fellow Americans in the saluting your honorable service. I wish you happiness and success in your next chapter. Signed, Commander-in-Chief Donald J. Trump, former.
These are such pieces of. Those are not good. Those are going to be nice. They're being nice, sir.
We would like to take this opportunity to present Chief Hirn's family with a few tokens of our appreciation for all they have done. Ushers will now escort Chief Hirn's family to the stage. Captain Drennan will now present certificates of appreciation to the Chief Hirn's family. Certificate of Appreciation from the United States Navy to Catherine, Taryn, and Alani Hirn. To all who shall see these presents, greeting. Today, after completing over 20 years of naval service, Chief Hirn has ended a career of honorable and faithful service to his country, and his efforts are sincerely appreciated. Such a rich and rewarding career reflects a strong commitment to the principles of freedom and democracy, and the belief that they must be upheld at any cost. That type of total commitment is not possible without the full support of the entire family. Your loyalty and steadfast support of his career can rightly be viewed as service to your country. That loyalty and dedication were significant courses of strength for him during arduous duty and exemplified the highest traditions of patriotism. On behalf of the grateful nation, the Department of the Navy, and the officers and crew of the Command Naval Special Warfare Center, I extend you a sincere thanks and express our appreciation for a job well done, given this 15th day of July, 2022. Signed, Captain B.M. Dreschler, Commander, Naval Special Warfare Center.
So that's.
Do you want to just do Nalani and Sarah just one time?
There's a, get your little flirt to get a photo.
Get a picture. I'll show you how to do this. Yeah, one hand there, one, and then make sure to look into the crowd so you get your picture taken.
You gotta smile though. Flip the hair.
All right, and then Taryn. Trade this. All right, you got the grip. All right. Dad's teaching you well. Good stuff. Yeah, congratulations.
Flowers.
You right here. Hey, Mama Bear. Thank you for the Italian. That's fine. I love you. Thank you for everything you've done for us. Thank you. Appreciate you.
We love you.
All right, ladies, thank you. My family, my lovely family, thank you. Good?
Chief Heim and Chief Blair will now present Chief Hirn with the retirement shadow box on behalf of the Chief Petty Officers Mess. Naval history has it that when a sailor leaves his ship for the last
Seth, you
time,
made it.
it is bad luck for the sailor's shadow box to touch land before he does. To overcome this problem, the sailor's shipmates would construct a box in which to display artifacts and trinkets that symbolize a sailor's accomplishments. This was thought of as creating a shadow of the sailor. The box safely contains the sailor's shadow until he is ashore.
Sorry, it's a little heavy. He's extra.
Did you see this before?
No.
Oh my God.
You haven't seen it?
Yeah. No, he hasn't seen it.
They broke up with me. I wasn't allowed to touch it.
We broke up with him over the weekend.
I know, I got
Oh yeah.
Wow.
You want to hold up the tray?
Got it for you.
Dude. I gotta take pictures of it for you. Dude, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Bro, fucking wizard, man. Bro. Can't carry that.
I'm leaving after this, so I don't know what to do, but hopefully you brought your truck.
He goes, oh, you got it on the back too? You did.
Oh, here.
Oh yeah, you gotta put it over. You gotta, that's
Hold on.
the tag.
Ready?
You gotta
Just
put it over
turn.
there.
Just turn what?
Let's show the back real quick.
Oh my God, dude. So bougie. So mean. Thank you so much. Thank you for breaking up with me. That's just surprise, bro. Dude. All right, well, I don't know what to do right now. I just gotta smile. You want to smile?
Anybody have anything else shiny to drop?
Got a flag. I know. Man.
I think right there.
You find the restricted bands in there?
We do have a special thing on the bottom, very bottom. So you'll have to see that. We're gonna hold the lid and show it.
Yeah.
Since that's the CB,
Oh, yeah. You had to put it on there. That's awesome.
prizes.
Thank you. The bottom's a CB logo. I'm not gonna lift it to show y'all. Let me pick this up real quick, man.
Oh, boy.
Already
there
broke
we
it.
go.
That's how I know Chris is here. Oh, the covers. It's all good.
That's why there's lids.
Man, thank you guys. I'm gonna fix that. Put this right back.
Oh,
You
put
can
that back.
leave it like that. Perfect, dude. Man, thank you. How we get the hell out of here?
I don't know. I brought it here. That's not my part.
Thank you, brother. Thanks, man. I got his contact information just if everybody wants to know. He does lots of last-minute work. That thing's insane.
Oh yeah, that is beautiful. Just put it right here. Right?
Yeah.
Towel, blanket.
Flag detail. Post.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Mama.
Mark time, Mark. And halt.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Face.
you're about to witness a Navy tradition, the flag passing ceremony. The ceremony illustrates the career of Chief Hirn and represents his sacrifices and dedication to the Navy and this country. Chief Fannin will now recite Old Glory.
I am the flag of the United States of America. My name is Old Glory. I fly atop the world's tallest buildings. I stand watch in America's halls of justice. I fly majestically over great institutions of learning. I stand guard with the greatest military power in the world. Look up and see me. I stand for peace, honor, truth, and justice. I stand for freedom. I am confident, I am arrogant, I am proud. When I am flown with my fellow banners, my head is held a little higher. My colors are a little truer. I bow to no one. I am recognized all over the world. I am worshipped. I am saluted. I am respected. I am revered. I am loved, and I am feared. For more than 200 years, I have fought in every battle of every war. Gettysburg, Shiloh, Appomattox, San Juan Hill, the trenches of France, the Argonne Forest, Anzio, Rome, the beaches of Normandy and the jungles of Guam, Okinawa, Tarawa, Korea, Vietnam, and in the heat of the Persian Gulf and a score of other places, long forgotten by all but those who were there with me. I was there. I led my sailors and Marines. I followed them. I watched over them. They loved me. I was on a small hill in Iwo Jima. I was dirty, battle-torn, and tired, but my sailors and Marines cheered me. I was proud. I have been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of countries that I have helped set free. It does not hurt, for I am invincible. I have been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of my own country, and when it is done by those with whom I have served in battle, it hurts. But I shall overcome, for I am strong. I have slipped the surly bonds of earth, and from my vantage point on the moon I stand watch over the new frontiers of space. I have been silent witness to all of America's finest hours. I have flown over the top of the World Trade Centers, and after September 11th, 2001, I have flown over its rubble to remind the evil in our world that my spirit will not be crushed. The American people will not be broken. But my finest hour comes when I am torn into strips to be used as bandages for my wounded comrades on the field of battle, when I fly half-mast to honor my sailors and Marines, and when I lie in the trembling arms of a grieving mother at the graveside of her fallen son or daughter. I am proud. My name is Old Glory. Long may I wave, dear God, long may I wave.
Hand, salute. Left, face. Forward march.
Senior Chief Huebner will now recite the military wife.
No tears, Boo. You too. Thanks, Brendan.
Good morning. The military wife. The good Lord was creating a model for military wives into his 6th day of overtime when an angel appeared. She said, "Lord, you seem to be having a lot of trouble." Yeah, up. I gotta speak louder. Seem to be having a lot of trouble with this. What's wrong with the standard model? The Lord replied, "You've seen the specs on this order? She has to be completely independent, possesses the qualities of both father, mother, be a perfect hostess to 4 or 40 within an hour's notice, run on black coffee, creamer too, right? Okay. Handle every emergency imaginable without a manual, be able to carry on cheerfully even if she's pregnant and has the flu, and she must be willing to move to a new location 10 times in 21 years. And oh yes, she must have 6 pairs of hands." The angel shook her head. 6 pairs of hands? No way. Lord continued, "Don't worry, I'll make other military wives to help her. And I will give her an unusually strong heart so it can swell with pride in her husband's achievements, sustain the pain of separations, beat soundly when it's overworked and tired, be large enough to say, 'I understand' when she doesn't, and say, 'I love you' regardless." "Lord," said the angel, touching his arm gently, "go to bed and get some rest. You can finish this tomorrow." "I can't stop now," said the Lord. "I'm so close to creating something unique. Already this model heals herself when she's sick, can put up 6 unexpected guests for the weekend, wave goodbye to her husband from a pier, a runway, or a depot, and understand why it's important that he leave. The angel circled the model of the military wife, looked at it closely, and sighed. It looks fine, but it's too soft. She might look soft, replied the Lord, but she has the strength of a lion. You would not believe what she can endure. Finally, the angel bent over and ran her finger across the cheek of the Lord's creation. There's a leak, she announced. Something's wrong with the construction. I'm not surprised it is cracked. You're trying to put too much into this model. The Lord appeared offended at the angel's lack of confidence. What you see is not a leak, he said. It's a tear. A tear? What's it there for? Asked the angel. The Lord replied, it's for joy, sadness, pain, disappointment with Chris, loneliness, pride, and dedication to all the values that she and her husband hold dear. You're a genius, exclaimed the angel. The Lord looked puzzled and replied, I didn't put it there.
Thank you, Senior Chief Huebner. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present to you Chief Hirn.
Good morning, everybody. It is hot, so I'm not going to keep everybody here. I'm not doing the long thing. No, I'm serious. I even have notes. Look, and they went just like this. I'm not doing it. Yeah, I'm in a dress. I look pretty. First and foremost, I want to say thank you. This is an amazing, amazing ceremony. Thank you so much for everybody's hard work they put into this. I'd like to address 4 people, if I may. If I could just have Doc, Seth, I don't know where he sat now. Where's Boats at? Your Boats up here. Hey, come on up, bud. Seth, get up here. Doc, get up here. All right. 2, 3. Now, who else isn't mine yet? Brandon. Right, man. They say, brother, I appreciate your assistance in making this retirement a success. You successfully learned how to about face as a SEAL. I appreciate that. I sincerely appreciate you taking part in it. Next round's on me. Navy Chief. Navy Pride. There you go, my brother. You built that box? You did that first? Yeah. All right, get out of here. Go away. It's my party. What? You want a photo? All right, hey, a little bit wants photo. Come here. This is your party too, Princess.
Short front.
Yeah, go by height. Go by height.
There you go.
Go ahead, baby. It's your party.
Slightly to the left. Off of deployment and happy? Hold on a minute.
They don't go together,
Those 2 things don't go together. Clearly, Chris didn't deploy.
Some stories we don't know. All right. I'd like to say to Captain Brady, thank you for having faith in me and recognizing a leader beneath the surface where I saw my flaws. You taught me that true leaders face challenges on their journey to greatness. You told me that I should define the word that smooth seas don't make good sailors. And I appreciate that. Jason, holy cow, that deployment, right?
Yeah.
Right? Thank you for restoring my faith in God and myself. Such a brutal deployment downrange. That was get some, right? Clear left, pay me. God bless you and yours. Jesse, Simon. All right. Thank you for teaching me what it takes to be a great leader, a real chief. Thank you for keep pushing and that anchor on my collar. You helped me earn this. You told me that I already had it. I just need to show everybody else. I appreciate you. I will always wear with pride. With that, I want to give you guys something. So You guys always provided that top cover for the sailors and I. So I wanted to say thank you. So here's a place to forever hang and rest your cover. Cecil? Yep. Jesse, this is for the nuts and bolts of me being a chief. Sir, thank you for seeing a chief that no one else did. And yours is broken, just like I was. So, thank you for showing me. And it's in the back, it's all there, and I signed them.
That's fantastic.
Chaps. Chief. I made mine with a crucifix cross on nails. I figured you'd dig it. That's awesome. That's awesome. There you go. Yeah. Gentlemen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're gonna yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Come on, baby girl. It's for the gram. Come on, let's go, baby girl. I hope you enjoy them. That's forever resting your covers.
Thank you.
Don't forget, I'm not that guy, so you have the screws and the things to cover them on the back. So if you lose them, that's on you. I appreciate you. But last and certainly not least, like they mentioned, shut up. This whole thing was put on by, I have her as the NC god, my sea mother, the one who used to wipe my little tears as I cried, "Are you my chief? What am I not this?" She'd tell me, "Shut up," and, put me back to work. And for all those nights of dealing with me and having to crack a bottle of wine, I figured what a better way than to give her a place to rest them on, since it's all my fault anyways.
There you go.
Now this, it's E1 through Senior Chief of NC, and it says, "Thank you, Lisa, for everything."
Might as well just stay there.
I know, I just thought about that.
That's a bottle for every rank. So I'll let you know.
Wow.
All right. That's all I have for that. Okay. Well, as you can see from the area over there, I have a career as ADHD as myself. I've kind of been everywhere. Those could agree. 29 countries, 9 deployments, 6 continents, 5 communities, 4 warfare, 3 jobs, 3 rates, 2 special programs, a degree in college, and some of the best human beings on this planet are right here, right now. I appreciate every one of you from the bottom of my heart. Smooth seas don't make good sailors. I really took that to heart. I should just read it and just let it go. Man, I ran my mouth to everybody. I didn't care who you were, and that paid none of my bills, slowed my rank. But I had to be myself, and I appreciate all of you for loving me for who I am and for being here today. Accolades, yay me, who cares? So, Mike, you raise your hand for me? Appreciate it. Mike decided to share with my closest friends last night, and I'll share with you. I'm here to talk to the junior sailors. I'm gonna let you know how I suck, all right? They called me busted can of biscuits. I'll tell you why. So this is a lesson on restraint and knowledge. For 7 months, we were in A school all day learning the micro soldering and 2M tech, all this stuff. And I would eat breakfast at my house. I had a house outside. Taryn was born. I used to get his head stuck in the cushions on accident because he'd roll. But I would come in and meet the class at the galley. And at the galley, I would just snatch 2 bagels, cream cheese. And I was like, that's an easy thing to, candle, harry around, right?
Three.
But who's counting, right? But I'd have breakfast and I'd snatch these bagels, and then we'd sit in this room all day and try not to nod off to, the clear eyes, like that really stimulating electronic theory. So I'd eat bagels and then snacks and then have lunch and then snacks and have dinner. And we rolled right into blues. Blues was good to go. 7 months later, we go to graduate after getting whites. They don't fit. I started a fire on my thighs trying to get them on. I actually had to lower my seat and hang from my steering wheel when I came on base. They actually dismissed me from the inspection and said I was inappropriately out of uniform. I couldn't fit with the undergarments on, if that makes any sense, and from where the lights were in front of me, the chiefs that were behind me had to say that I can't be there anymore because the screen show was very clear. They dubbed it Elephant, ears because my pants were very tight and my pockets popped out. So yeah, I was a busted can of biscuits in that uniform. So learn some restraint, enjoy eating healthy, always work out, stay moto, good to go. And when you hear screaming and it's not you, it is your buttons. Phipps, I appreciate you putting on a uniform today. I do have iPro standing by, let me know. I want to let my family and friends know something a little bit about myself. You don't know Kenny. You're my oldest brother. You've been a mentor to me. Your wife has kept me out of trouble. You've helped me with my kids. You guys have tried to harness this ricochet rabbit into at least some kind of direction like bumper bowling. I appreciate you. But I was purchased for $30 in Thailand. I have to tell you. Captain was on the phone. Were you not? Will you raise your hand if it's the truth that I am purchased and owned by another man for $30? So what happened was, there's a unique show that involves ping pong. Sailors, I'm not telling the story. Do your research, Google what you got to Google. I had seen it. I was quite bored with it. It was their first time. I wandered out the facility, and they lost me in Thailand after Chang beer all day. And you remember Hitlerstone? I was delivered punctually at 1 a.m. back to the hotel by an obese, shirtless man on a scooter, and I was bear hugging him with a smile. He had found me on the dirt road. We were in port in the city, were we not? No idea how I got the dirt roads, but he was quite agitated that he had to ride all the way back with me, and he wanted gas money for his scoot. So Chris rummaged through his pockets and purchased me for $30. He wouldn't let me off the scooter, and he had like friends. So I'm owned. Please don't judge me. I love you. 2 aircraft platforms I've flown on. I've been on a ship. 1 hovercraft. My hovercraft babies out here. And I'm still motivated. I love it. I love the Navy. I love all of you. Selling houses and taking names. Look at you, Fout. I'm so proud of you. You'll make Senior Chief in 20 minutes. All OSs do. So I was asked the other day, what do I want to do when I grow up? How many of you guys have ever heard that? I don't know. I'm working with the feds right now. But I will leave you with a few things. On time. Thank you. You missed. Standing room only. My dad told me this. I want to leave this with you guys. Standing room only is how I've lived my career, my life, and my mouth has run its course. But standing room only. And that means to me is, my dad said, you want to be the kind of person that when you pass and people come see you, they're standing room only at your funeral. So impact as many lives as you can, change as many hearts as you can, motivate as much as you can. So I'll leave you with that. Standing room only. Knowledge. If you took the A, B, C, D and assigned it A as 1, B as 2, 3 as C, etc. And you took the words and you substituted the numbers or the letters and you had knowledge. For instance, K would be what? 8, whatever. That's H. But you get where I'm going with this. Knowledge, when you add it up, comes to 96%. And when you add up the word hard work, H being 8, so on and so forth, A is 1, it actually equals 98. But if you add up the word attitude, it actually equals 100. And that is fact. So what I'm leaving you with this, young bucks, is it doesn't matter how hard you work or how much you know, no one wants to work for an asshole. So always have a positive, motivated attitude and understand your sailors. Take the time. Excuses, that's what I'm saying, right? Excuses are the nails that build the house of failure. So please stay homeless. Find a way, find a way. Yeah? PTSD can be real. Depression is real. It affects people differently. Please don't make fun of others. I say that because I'm a sailor. But I want to teach you something, because a lot of people get depressed. Families leave them. They lose brothers and sisters. Things happen. But if you take depression and rearrange it, it says, I pressed on. So always find the motivation in even the darkest places. Hoo-yah? All right. Just remember, it's not, your current situation is not your final destination when it comes to depression. So keep moving, keep chugging, keep motivating. Keep an eye on your kids and loved ones, all right? I've lost 9 on this watch. I will not lose another. This applies to everybody. This is one of the last 2 words, I promise. Water doesn't sink ships. Water getting in sinks ships. So don't let what's going on around you get in and take you down, okay? The situation, keep it external, stay yourself, stay motivated. As usual, you will float, you will make mission in life and everything you pursue. My final word, success and achievement are only limited by what boundaries you set for yourself. Always believe that your options are limitless and your success will be boundless. Stay moto. Yep. Thank you, Farrell.
Don't change, man.
I'm sweating.
Chief Ellis, Chief Ellis will now read the CPO retirement creed. All Chief Petty Officers, retired and active duty, attention.
Reverend Lovejoy.
You have on this day experienced that which comes to all of us who serve on active duty in our Navy. I say our Navy because your departure from active duty in no way terminates your relationship. By law and tradition, U.S. Navy retirees are always on the rolls, ever ready to lend their service when the need arises.
That's right, baby.
The respect that you earned as the chief was based on the same attributes that you will now carry into retirement. You should have no regrets. Maybe a few. Do not view your retirement as an end of an era, but rather as orders to a new and challenging assignment, to form an independent duty. Remember well that you have been, and always will be, an accepted member of the most exclusive of all fraternities, that of the U.S. Navy Chief Petty Officers. The active duty chiefs salute you. Your retired chiefs welcome you. I wish you the traditional fair winds and following seas. Navy Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Sweet tea.
Chief Petty Officers, retired and active duty, please be seated. Chief Hirn will now be relieved of the watch by Chief Phipps.
For 21 years, this sailor stood the watch. While some of us were sleeping in our bunks at night, this shipmate stood the watch. While some of us were at school learning our trade, this shipmate stood the watch. And yes, while some of us weren't even brought into this world yet, this shipmate stood the watch. While over the years, the clouds of war on the horizon of history brewed, this shipmate stood the watch. Casting an eye ashore, looking at his family, needing his guidance and his help, needing a hand to hold during hard times, this shipmate stood the watch.
Don't do it.
After 21 years, this sailor stood the watch. That way we, our family, our fellow countrymen, all of us in safety can spend night after night asleep. This sailor stood the watch. Today, you stand relieved by the sailors that you guided, you trained, and you led. You are relieved. They have the watch. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Phipps. Bosun, stand by to pipe the side. Shipmate going ashore.
Aye, see you, Chief.
I will now explain the tradition of piping over the side. This order has been passed on naval ships from the 1500s through today. Spanish, French, English, and Dutch. Yes, all the navies of the world use the bosun, side boys, and call to bring aboard or send ashore all ship's company officers. The bosun would pipe the side as the side boys hauled on the ropes to raise or lower the boarding platform, so the officers would not have to climb the ratlines which were over the side and used by the enlisted crew when going ashore or to get aboard. This honor was extended to visiting officers, dignitaries, and port officials. It was not uncommon for the commanding officer of a ship to order up the jolly boat, a crew of 8 strongbacks, side boys, and a bosun to send an old shipmate and a fellow officer to his retirement home, never to sail on the naval ships again. All hands on deck was passed. Speeches were made about the great victories, battles fought upon the open sea, raging storms weathered, and voyages to distant and strange lands with port of calls others only dreamed about. The bosun would stand tall, the side boys and the crew would call to attention, and then the retiree would request permission from the commanding officer to go ashore. Permission granted. The retiree would step onto the platform and the side boys would lower away. As the jolly boat pulled away, the gunner would fire a salute from the ship's main battery as the retiree sat in the stern sheets going ashore. The 1800s saw enlisted men holding retirements for other enlisted men for the first time. Then after the Civil War, the commanding officers began to hold enlisted retirement ceremonies to show the crew that the country and the Navy recognized the contributions of its enlisted crewmen. Today, our Navy has given most of the pomp and circumstance, the honors, traditions, and ceremonies back to history. Time does not give us the freedom to do these things from the past, but we still heave to, stop all engines, lay about smartly, and drop anchor to pay honor to one of our shipmates going ashore. To honor the many years served, the guidance, the leadership, the friendship, and expertise that his shipmate has freely given these past 21 years. Will all guests please ride for the benediction and remain standing through the end of the ceremony. Chaplain Hart will now deliver the benediction.
Let us pray. As we leave this place, Lord, we implore your hand of blessing and love upon the Hirn family. As they transition to civilian life in the days ahead, may their confidence and faith be strengthened by your continued work in their lives. May you hear their prayers and send them divine support from your throne. May your favor be upon them to establish their plans for the future, and let them not forget your steadfast love and faithfulness as they walk this journey of life together, for you are truly the Father who is strong to save. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Hart. Chief Hirn will now report to Captain Drennan and request permission to go ashore for the last time.
Just go ashore, sir. Very well.
Navy Chief Petty Officer Chris J. Hirn, United States Navy, retired, departing. Navy family. Go ahead. Navy family, retired, departing. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our ceremony. On behalf of Chris, his family, and the Navy We would like to thank you for witnessing this time-honored tradition. Thank you for your attendance and have an outstanding Navy Day.